Welcome to the Friday Nights. I'm Jason Sandberg. Fellas, I had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I'm back home. Life's getting back to normal. One of the things that I was thankful for this year is not only doing Jupiter, but meeting other indie creators like yourselves. The highlight of my week was, in addition to Thanksgiving, was I got this in the mail. This is T-Bird and Throttle versus the Ape Men. This is the latest installment of Josh Howard's T-Bird series. Highly recommend. He's going to be on the show later in December. So if you've been sleeping on T-Bird and Throttle, go check it out. And then while I was sequestered, I was working on Jupiter issue 2. Just a reminder, Jupiter is in demand on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic. Go check that out. Craig, how was your week, Craig?
Interesting enough, more antics with my car. Did I tell you that I had a fuel leak now? So I had the exhaust leak. I forked out the dough. I really love my Mitsubishi Outlander V6, right? Because they don't make those anymore.
Right.
So with paddle traction control. Anyway, so I had to replace the exhaust. Then I replaced all the bearings and rotors and all that, the sub suspension. And then I came out and I found a puddle of fuel under it. So now I'm dropping the gas tank in the fuel pump. But
anyway, no.
We're making it work.
Bit by bit, you're getting a new car.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show this. I don't know if anyone ever cracked that open.
Nice.
John Malin, with the cover by John Malin, mind you.
Nice. Not the Shane Davis cover.
Yep. No, this one. So hold on, we're gonna browse some of that.
Sweet.
Like it gets better, eh? Like the further you go into it. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to Godlike. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
And then hold on, I gotta show you this one. There's one massively incredible. Like pieces just get more and more like. But wait for it. Where's the piece de resistance? That.
Sweet.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I think Cyberfrog is a character. It lends itself to foreshortening. It's a great dynamic character.
What's going on with this guy? The skull face.
Nice.
So yeah, flipping through that, I figured I'd pull that out and show that off.
Very nice.
Any squirrels in the chimney?
No, no. The snow's down, so we're good. They're in their nests. But you can see in the trees, you see the big bulges of leaves and stuff. So if I wanted to, I could take out all their nests, but I'm not a horrible person, right? So.
Take out their nests with extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
Chris Faction, how was your week?
It was pretty good, I guess. It was Thanksgiving. I have to reply to good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Disavow.
We love you, good stuff.
Well done. Hey, I got to see some tits on a Friday. Woohoo!
Exactly. If you could see him through the sweater.
As Obi-Wan Kenobi would say, these are not the boobs you're looking for.
That's right. That's verbatim.
So, Chris,
say that.
Chris, you sent me the logo for Nano 13. I will work on that and I'll send it back to you. Any other updates on the comic book front for you this week?
Just Ron's got 10 pages left to draw, and Jay Brown is steady working on the colors, and and then we sent that logo over to you, and I'm really happy with how it's coming along. But
you had some panel art, or Ron did, that blew up on Twitter. I saw.
Yes. Yeah. He had. He kind of showed a progression from his pencils to his inks on a couple of the pages, and it was getting really, really good response. So I'm pretty excited. And this week I'm reading Two-Fisted Man.
I haven't cracked it yet.
Dude,
it is still got the plastic wrap
so
on
awesome. It is so awesome because it's it's an anthology, and all different art styles. It's wild, and every story is great. It's like picking up a comic in 1992.
Nice.
Love you, Graham Nolan. Love you.
So Aaron, later on the show, we'll do a deep dive into Immortal Rising. But on the creative front, anything big for you this week, or what was the highlight of your week?
Creatively, well, I guess kicking around ideas, new ways to package my product, maybe make it more accessible. I like my campaign is very boutique. Lot of people, it's higher than say something on the newsstands. Even if it's 50 pages in the local comic shop, that goes for $8 or something. But I need to make things more accessible and whatever. And kind of talking with I wouldn't say he's necessarily a partner, but a good friend of mine, talking about different ways of marketing and throwing it around so people can get it easier. And that's really been a breakthrough. I think we found something new that I don't want to go into yet, but there's something cooking. Also, I am working on issue 2. It was finished. Then it's been, we went back and with Jose Garcia, I redid issue 1. And so since he did issue 2 first, his art style, he wants to go back and approach number 2. And really kind of hit it again. And I want to go back and snip up some dialogue and kind of move some stuff around. So all the editing is being done on issue 2 slowly, but it is being done. And things are moving forward with everything. So everything's going real well.
Nice. And your Thanksgiving was good?
I had a great Thanksgiving. I recorded a show and then I had dinner. So I mean, 2 birds with 1 stone. We'll do it.
Heck yeah.
Well, Craig, we're also thankful for the chat. Who's in the chat tonight, Craig?
Yes, for sure. So I'll scroll up to the top here. So obviously, Crowfire Studios. Thank you so much for joining us. He says he's first. He is first in the sense that I think all the other ones were before the show started for sure. Fritzy Schnitzel's joining us this evening. Cheers to all.
Fritz?
Hope everyone's having a good Thanksgiving. Had Thanksgiving. Ours is in October. If you're wondering about, we're up in the Arctic.
No, we don't wonder about.
I was say, is that Canada? Blame Canada.
Right.
Your prime minister gave away all your weapons. We don't care about you anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, you guys,
do we have to have this discussion again? You don't have to invade us.
About the prime minister.
You have to invade us. A few years back, we gave the U.S. Armed Forces an open door, all the passwords. You're free to come on and drive anywhere. I know we've brought military tanks over. They don't really need to ask permission to border services. And I mean, like you do realize we can just come on soil without even asking you. This is just a nicety that we stop. Okay, you guys can go ahead. You can go ahead. So anyway, just come up here and it's just yours. But anyways, I digress. You don't want it.
Hey, so you guys were kind of shouting out comics and stuff. That you were reading recently. I just wanted to shout out this one. I just got it recently, and it's Follow Man #2. I really liked the first one. Actually, I wrote up a script for a review on it, and my son really liked it as well. It's pretty fun. It's like a dystopian future, mutants versus kaiju, and I really liked it, and I kind of wanted to give him a little shout out. Here's I haven't opened it quite yet. So I'm excited to. My son was disappointed when we finished the first one. He was like, "Oh, that's it." So that's a good sign, right?
Good sign of a comic book if you want to get the next one. Good sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it Vulcan Lives or Vulcan Lives? Did we finally narrow that down?
It's got to be Vulcan Lives. It's got to be
Vulcan Lives. Okay, so he says, "Good evening, Vulcan Lives." I know he spelled it out for us, but I'll get it. Good stuff says, "What's up?
What's up, Crowfire?"
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. K-Pop's here.
Nice. Good evening.
What's up, nerd?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're looking. This is what.
Unless it's Chris Faction. Chris, you lost us a subscriber.
Oh no!
Way to go.
Probably. It was probably my titties.
Oh, Jackknife here.
Jackknife.
Let's go. Yes, indeed. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. That's awesome. So where would you like to start?
Short. It was a short work week, but it was a busy news week. What is our first topic, Craig?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I took the whole week off, so it's been nice.
Nice. So here I got out the gate topic number 1 for this week. This one I pulled from dailymail.com. Amber Heard completely cut out of 2 trailers. The new Aquaman trailer, the new Lost Kingdom trailer. Nowhere to be found. That picture wasn't on the original article, by the way. I threw that in there. But Midclade's role was reduced after bombshell trial with Johnny Depp. So after that fiasco, they said, you know what, you're really not good for our marketing image. But I'll hand that over to you. Yeah.
Well, I think she, from what I understand, she's well versed in dumps. So Chris, what's your take on this?
Well, Amber Ghost Turd has disappeared from the face of the earth, and I'm fine with that. K-pop junkie, yes, it is a Calabrese poster, as in the band on my wall. I have seen them many, many times and hung out, had good times, and it's been a while. But anyways, yeah, man, I like, come on. We saw the first Aquaman movie. Does it even matter if she's in it? Who's gonna watch? Who's gonna watch the second one? You know, like, I mean, it'll probably do better than the Marvels, but I mean, is $5 even better?
Well, that's one thing about when they drop the bar so low with entertainment. It's not hard after that to create something that's better. You know, when you aim for rock bottoms.
It's true.
You know, it's unfortunate because Aquaman has been shit on for like decades and decades. And in the 90s, they revamped him into a really cool character because they're like, you know, he got the hook hand and everything, you know, and they made him kind of like this warrior king guy. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then they're like, we're going to cast a guy like Jason Momoa, who's, you know, known for, you know, being a badass. He's called Drogo and all this, you know, and he wasn't Baywatch, by the way, but, you know, and then they're like, but we're going to make the movie lame and gay.
Aaron, what's more plausible, that Donald Trump likes to be peed on, or that Amber Heard pooped into bed? What's more plausible?
Well, she's hot and crazy, so I will go with pooped into bed. Definitely.
She is hot and crazy. Could you fix her?
No, but I would try.
Okay, Craig. What's topic number 2? What we got for topic number 2?
Okay. So this one here,
there he is.
Interesting news that came out this week as well. Dave Filoni has now been made the new chief creative officer at Lucasfilm, and he will be planning the future of the Star Wars franchise from here on out, which is supposed to mean in code no more interference from Kathleen Kennedy, but try cutting the Emperor out of the Empire. But
yeah, they're basically saying, hey, fanboys, don't complain anymore.
Right.
I know nothing. I watched Ahsoka with the sound off. I enjoyed Andor, but all I can say is I look at this man and he looks tired.
Yeah. Look at his eyes. He's like, it's all so tiresome.
So Craig, I know you started Soltac because of your disenchantment with Disney Star Wars. From what you know about this guy and so forth, Craig, are you holding out any hope?
All right. So here's the interesting part about marketing and all the entertainment business. He was putting out a really good product, and you can't deny that with I want to say Clone Wars. There's some stuff I'm into.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
under
was his
the
big baby
whip
on the watch
George Lucas.
George Lucas. That's correct. Once George Lucas was no longer in the fold, that's when all the I know Pablo, whatever his name is, their whole doggo had a big hand in it. But they took the George Lucas Bible to how Star Wars is, the universe as explained. It's already in cement. It was a long time ago in galaxy far, far away. So according to George, he's not really writing anything. He's just putting it down into the history book, right? But they decided to throw that out the garbage and just do whatever the hell they wanted. And he was part of that. So
he was.
I cannot. Every time we have to talk about Star Wars, it just pisses me off. Like, dude, for real. Like, I loved Clone Wars. Like, every single even post Disney
that wouldn't exist.
Clone Wars was dope. Rebels seasons 1 through 3 really good, and then Filoni, like, it's like he got taken off his leash and realized, like, oh, my leash isn't there anymore, and he's like, let's make giant dogs that have the Force and say one-word lines and send
Right.
people into the world between world time travel space.
Those
No,
dogs
no,
in the
no.
cave.
It's gonna save Star Wars, guys. It's gonna save Star Wars. It's great.
And then
Those
after
dogs
that,
went in
it
the
was
cave.
like,
They must have a way out.
Yeah.
What?
Time travel
Yeah.
never goes wrong.
right?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can't. And you know what? Like, I mean, at this point, just let Kathleen Kinney like run everything. I mean, she should probably just be the president of Disney now. Like, scoop Bob Iger out of there, put Kathleen Kennedy in there, and just let this thing collapse.
When you're constantly filling upward, there's only one more place to go, and that's to straight to the top. So Aaron,
true.
Aaron, we're a fairly new show, but we
Yeah.
have a devoted following. We've got connections. Suffice it
Already.
to say, we've got
We do.
connections.
We do.
And I'm wondering, Craig, can you pull up the Star Wars exclusives that we had access to? Let's run these by Aaron, and I want to see if Aaron can tell if we're going to play a game called Force or Farce. Are these good Star Wars pitches, or are these further corruptions? And we'll have Aaron take a look and kind of run through these and see what he thinks.
I'm ready.
I'm
Let's
gonna-
do
I'm
it.
gonna-
From
kinda-
our inside sources at Lucasfilm.
I kind of shit the bed with this one a little bit. I didn't upload it, but I'm doing it right now. So if you
No
just wanna
problem.
go
You've
over
got so everybody out there. Craig's computer has been completely refurbished with an eye towards maximizing StreamYards. So this might normally be a white knuckle nail biter, but he is now live on the air uploading a PDF to the StreamYard studio, which previously caused him all manner of roboting.
no pressure.
You'll see now he's got a smile on his face. He's chuckling. There's no fear in his eyes. He is the eye of the tiger. So
I
stay
love it,
tuned.
dude.
Yep, stay tuned, and he's gonna very
A
shortly
lot of
bring to
techno
you.
war stuff in here. I don't know.
You are like top
I-
tier salesman. I love it. I love watching Jason work. It's the best every
So-
time I see him on.
So Aaron, have you caught earlier episodes where we were trying to workshop the ore in the spirit of grab an ore? Have you seen any of those episodes?
I haven't
Of the
seen
podcast?
Spirit of Grab an Ore, but I have seen parts of your episodes. Yes.
All right, so we may take a walk down memory lane at some point and maybe have you on again to try to help cast like the deciding vote, because we've been taking all kinds of angles on it. We've done the ladder of success is built out of ores. We've done the either ore, which is an ore that has a paddle on either end. We've done the techno ore, which was a very very retro 80s neon ore, and then also we also did the privilege ore. Now the privilege ore was to satisfy those Maoists and Gen Z. What it is it's an ore with holes in it, so that those comrades who maybe have creative privilege, maybe a little more talented, when they roll with the ore, it doesn't it lets water through it.
Equity. I like it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't
Now we
find
can
it,
all
Jason.
be
I
terrible.
think it was. Wasn't it the Equator?
The Equator.
Maybe I don't
Equator.
know.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go into the Friday Nights archives, and I'm gonna try to find the slide deck. Hang tight just a moment, okay?
I
Hmm.
apologize
All
for
right.
dropping
Well,
the ball
now
on
that we're
one.
here, so
Well, in the spirit of Star Wars, it should be like the clone ores, right? It should come up with a thing for clone ores.
yes, Clone
Or Star
Wars.
Wars.
That's
Yeah.
actually a really good one. We'll have to write that down, and
Yes, please
forward.
use it.
But Crowfire Studios is saying time travel, clones, and multiverse are his science fiction red flags. I am almost in agreement. Almost. The only I don't mind clones occasionally, and if time travel is done right, where it's like a one-time thing, whatever changes is changed, or it's it was like predestined or whatever, like no amount of time travel can fix this type situation, then I'm usually okay with it. I am multiverses, I hate them.
All right, through the magic of prestidigitation, we now have the exclusive Star Wars for you to take a look at, Aaron. This is a Star Wars show that's about the first female stormtrooper. It's called AZ 1234. Does this look like a good Star Wars pitch to you?
First of all, yes, I do think it's a good Star Wars pitch, but I don't think it's a real Star Wars pitch. How about that?
Okay. Force or
Yeah.
farce?
Now we don't
Yeah.
know. That crash Star Destroyer. We don't know if it's because they let her drive, or if it's a plot point. All right.
Right.
Oh shit. Well, first
Now-
of all, reason I thought it would be farce is because you can clearly see she has boob armor, and there's no way that they're going to let us see that she's a female by giving her boob armor
You're
and long
correct.
hair.
You're correct.
So
All right, now I'm of the opinion there's too many Skywalkers, there's too many Death Stars, there's too many Palpatines in Star Wars. I want something more ground level, more visceral, more scary. So this one is called Star Wars Wrong Turn. It's where some moisture farmer supply salesmen take a wrong turn on Tatooine and run into a band of Tusken Raiders. Now, tell me, does this look like force or farce?
They're called indigenous Tatooiners.
I already got a, scene
a
written for this.
remake of the Hills with Eyes, basically.
Yes, yes.
I think this is definitely force. I bet you they would do something like that. Look what they did with Boba Fett, where it was basically Dances with Wolves just in Star Wars.
Yes.
Now,
So yes, this is definitely Star Force or whatever. Yes, Force.
exactly. I would watch this. Craig, would you watch this?
Yes, at one point the occupants of the car would be like, sort of like an Elon Musk type bounty hunter type guy in there. And anyways, they're in there and like, don't worry about those Tusken Raiders. These windows are indestructible. And he goes, and the window shatters. What the heck? And they realize they're really in trouble.
What was it in the trash compactor in A New Hope? The walls are magnetized or something like that. In the
They're magnetized.
All right, now you've seen one Death Star. You've seen a Death Star the size of a planet, but have you seen two Death Stars at the same time? Aaron, is this $1 million pitch?
It is. I will go with it because they always go back. One, they always go back to old used material, and two, they why not do multiple Death Stars like they made? They gave all the ships Death Star arrays, right? So Death Stars would just be common at this point, right? It wouldn't be a problem at all.
Everybody's got the Death Star attachment on their AR-15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chris Faction, is there any way for them to raise the stakes more than to add to double the Death Stars? What else could they do?
Well, if the two Death Stars were orbiting the Death Star planet.
That's right.
Yeah. What was that called? Star Killer Base. Yeah.
God,
I wish I didn't know that.
Deadly
ruined the planet Ilum. Bastards.
All right, now she previously has just been a background character, Bazine the bounty hunter. She's going to have her own movie, Aaron. This is going to tell her backstory and how she feels empowered, and how oftentimes she's overlooked. People don't see her, don't take her seriously as a bounty hunter, and it guest stars Salacious Crumb. Aaron, is this force or farce?
This is definitely force because she looks very like androgynous. So that's force. That's what we're getting, and we get to explore its feelings, them's feelings about their place in the galaxy. So that'll be great. And backstory, let's revisit the Death Star again. That'd be great.
Yep.
Now, we've had movies where the Jedis are the main focus of the film. We've looked at the Emperor and so forth, but really, I think what Star Wars is missing is that level of espionage, right? That level of risk. And you recall in the first episode 1, they had the decoys of the Amidala. What about a movie completely focused on the experience and the adventure of being a decoy on the planet? Is it Naboo? What do you think, Aaron? Force or farce?
I'm gonna say definite force, because finally we get to see from the subjugated, the oppressed servants of Naboo's perspective on the crown or whatever it is that they have. Yeah, definitely. And they had better have some kind of a rebellion that overthrows the established government. Mm-hmm.
Craig, is what Star Wars missing? Is Star Wars missing the James Bond in space angle? And will this deliver it?
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking, right? So she's like, espionage and spy, by day, and then like manicures by night, like,
Aha. Uh-huh. This is still
Yeah.
better than anything they've put out.
All right. So getting, we've been too high. We've been flying too high. We've been flying at the 10,000 mile. Go ahead.
1 second. I just wanted to say I can't wait for the expose on the Gungan slave trade. That'll be amazing. Sorry, continue.
All right, we've been flying too high. We've been up here with senators and emperors and Jedi. We need to go ground level to reinvigorate Star Wars. And what is better than the flotsam, jetsam, hand-to-mouth existence of the Jawas? The Jawas who find things and they try to pawn it and sell it. Aaron, is this force or farce?
This is farce because the Jawas, it would be way too anti-Semitic, and there's no way that they would have anything like that on Star Wars, especially after they had who was it, the blue flying guy that sold Anakin? Yeah, they can't revisit that kind of talk. So no, I don't think Star Wars would do this one. Mm-mm.
He's about the money.
Yeah.
Would Jim Lee be
Be like,
played as
those
a Wookiee?
Jawas jip me, and then that's the end of that.
Jim Lee
I'm
the
with
Wookiee.
you. Yeah.
All right, Aaron, thank you for playing along with force or farce. We had a good time here. This was good.
So I add that back. Thank you. Yeah. So I guess that's everything we got with Dave Filoni. Like, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
I think kids just, Filoni, felony. It's kind of the same thing in a different language.
Have you guys seen any of his wife's tweets? Like,
Mhm.
do you see any? Oh my god!
Yeah, don't
Like,
let them babysit your kids. Don't let them babysit your kids.
No. Like, can you imagine? How big do you think the bag is that she puts his balls in? Like, what do you suppose that's like?
Like I said, he looks tired. He looks tired.
He does.
He
He's
was
just
way
been
better when he
infected.
was married to George Lucas.
Looks like they just
He's like,
given
come
up.
sit on my knee,
All right,
little Dave.
Yeah.
He's like, sure, Georgie,
fix-
thank you.
You fix this. We broke it. You fix this.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors, supposedly that's going on, but one, I don't think I care. But if it happens, cool. We'll see. I always thought that the biggest shame on Star Wars was not on the fans or on Disney, but really on George for selling his life's work. Like, that was really dumb.
Yeah.
Falling into that. Like, Deb, did you watch that? Like, when they full wrangled that, you know what I mean? Just telling him all the sweet words, Kathleen Kennedy and Iger, just telling him everything he wants to hear. Just hand it over, George.
Yeah.
We're really going to look after Han and Luke and Leia for you. We're going to treasure them like they're our children. Give it over. Oh, we can't wait for those scripts.
Oh, by the way, we're going to kill them.
Give me the scripts, George.
We don't want you, so we're going to make up new characters and use your IP that we bought.
Boom.
Oh, this is your script? Oh, thanks, George.
Yeah.
Dunk. And then they're like, bye.
So Chris and Craig, you both served, and you understand the term mission creep. How crazy is it that Disney bought Marvel Comics, they bought Star Wars to appeal to the boy and the male demographic, and then they did what they did? How is that mission creep, or is there something more nefarious going on?
That's a dumbass creep.
Activists with too much money. Lead to problems.
Yeah, it's true. It's masculine democracies lead to feminine tyrannies. Socrates.
I mean, fair enough. Thank you for that Socrates drop. I want to say, it's pretty clear to my tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy rattled brain that there is a program demoralization on America, and doing this through Star Wars, not surprised. With a piece of garbage like Kennedy, get real, dude. She should have never been given the opportunity to fetch coffee for anybody, let alone run a studio. Get real.
Not too long ago, about a month or two, they had a all of them on stage moment. I don't know if you saw that, and it was like Steven Spielberg, and he actually intentionally thanked for music. You're gonna have to help me out. Who does all the music? He went down the list, and Kathleen Kennedy was standing right there. He deliberately skipped over her, and then they all started clapping for each other. And she just stood there, wah wah wah.
Never let into the boys' club.
Yeah. But,
which is hilarious because she's such a crazy feminist.
So here's our fun one. Relatively recent. this one I took from Ad News. It's the world's most inconvenient convenience store, and it hangs at 393 feet off the side of a cliff in China. And I had the name down, but here I don't have to bastardize it because I can't read it. But it's on the side of a cliff.
So, Aaron, I see pictures of San Francisco and Philadelphia and every major metropolitan area where you've got fentanyl zombies and people pooping in the streets and so forth, and the shoplifting. My God,
Utopia.
the shoplifting. Yeah, exactly. Aaron,
stuff's for free. Come on, obviously.
Aaron, is this kind of strategy that retail establishments are going to have to take to cut down on shrink wrap on shoplifting? Is this what it's come to?
Well, I don't know. I think that they're going to go to an Amazon model in the end, where they just drone drop shit from a central hub. But I will give it to China for really going out on the ledge here. Sorry for the pun, because they're known for their ridiculous building operations for nothing, right? Like they'll build whole cities and not even have any people live there. Yeah, that seems like this went along the same rubber stamping desk as all those. So. But good for them. Like they're really thinking about the natural, the natural. What is this? This is like an estate park kind of idea, right? And they just have an inconvenience store just hanging out on the side of a cliff. It's a good idea.
Craig, if we install a social credit system like they have in China, and you say the wrong thing on the internet or whatever, is this the kind of is this where you're going to have to shop if you have a poor social credit score?
So you don't have to go to China for that to happen.
Hey, what's up, Belmont?
Canada, we've got that going on here in Canada, but we can see that moving to the mountains. But yeah, talking about what you're saying, Aaron, tofu dregs. If you look up tofu dreg videos on the internet, I had to look that up. That's basically a look at really cheap, subpar concrete construction that they make in China, and they make these entire buildings where. It should be condemned. Entire cities that should be condemned, where they just artificially built something so that they could sell the commodity.
It's all a facade.
Apartments, but no one's actually living there. It doesn't.
It'll be like concrete without rebar or whatever. Yeah. Nobody's there, and it's all because it can be built, and then you can be falsely valued, and then you can borrow against it, which builds debt, which is wealth in the fiat system. Yeah, all of that. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous state project that works because of their central bank, I'm sure.
Well, they're borrowing and lending on the international stage. If they can create false cash, and they can spend the false cash in the real world.
Yeah.
So Chris Faction, if you're addicted to fentanyl and you've got a counterfeit $20 bill and you're looking for a convenience store to go try and break that counterfeit $20 bill, if you had to climb up the side of the mountain, that would protect you from. I mean, in a way, would this help for public safety, public health, retarding crime by having the convenience stores on the side of a mountain? What do you think, Chris Faction?
Well, if you are hopped up hopped down on fentanyl and trying to get change for a counterfeit 20, first, what you want to do if you have to make it down, 393 feet, is pop that speedball in your mouth, chew it up, and then you will have the stamina and energy to make it down. But remember that when you're at those kind of heights, that it gets a little hard to breathe.
So I got some real life stuff in this. So my wife's the bread earner in the house now. I was in the military 26 years. I'm retired, so I have
Craig is Mr. Mom. Craig is Mr. Mom.
That's true. I have my 6-year-old. I look after him, like take him to school and bring him home. But so she works late nights, and at night the zombies come out. If you know what I mean about the tweakers. And we were even joking that I should get a megaphone for my car. So I'll sit there outside her work, and you can just see zombies. They all come through the parking lots and the shopping malls, and literally. Yeah, and they're lumbering around, and then they come to the store windows, right? They want in, and then they look over at the cars and they see human beings in the cars, right? I need a megaphone or something, like me and my wife are talking about. I'll stick it up. Don't get the fuck away from my car, right? That's my next. In the real world, I might actually do this. Yeah, it'd be funny.
Dude, good idea.
Thanks, man.
Aaron, looking at this inconvenience store on the side of a mountain, is this not an argument for jetpacks?
I think it's a great argument for jetpacks, but I mean, I don't think it takes a lot to get me hyped about jetpacks. So I'm with you.
Dude, did y'all see that video the other day of the guy with the jetpack and the robot
Shooting.
arm with the Glock?
Yeah.
Oh, that was dope.
Yeah.
One.
I mean, how practical would that be, though? Because you're such a
Not at
target,
all.
you know?
Not at all.
Like, you
It's
just
for
be shot
fun.
at, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just to
It's
say
for
that they
fun.
could do it, for
You
sure.
know.
Craig,
Thank
more
you.
and
Can I just jump in there? Thank you, Nightcap, Late with Nightcap, for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
and by the way, check out JT's channel, Late Night with Cap. I've been a guest, and he's got the mug. Check out the mug.
Nice.
Craig, I see. We talk about jetpacks. We talk about the people with guns on jetpacks. More and more, and
My
every day
backpack's
in
got
every
jets.
way. What's that?
My backpack's got jets, and I'm Boba the Fett. I can do
I'm
that whole
bound
song
to
for you.
go
No,
job ahead.
Boba, the Fed.
Fine,
Nice.
nice.
Good, nice drop, dude.
But more and more, every day in every way, is the future becoming what Rob Liefeld predicted?
Yes, it is.
Broken feet and huge chests. I don't know.
I'm a Rob Liefeld fan, but it's okay. He's used to those.
Me too. I love it. In fact, earlier I recorded a show where we referenced Hawk and Dove. So, yeah, for sure. I am not a Rob Liefeld hater. Just for
I know
record.
it. He gets
I love the man's enthusiasm for comic books. I share his enthusiasm
For real. I
comics.
really like watching his podcast or listening to his podcast. Great podcast.
Like I just remember his books, Brigade, Blood Strike, Night Strike. Everything with the Liefeld, the hard Liefeld, one of his 3 signatures on the cover.
Yeah.
I just that was my era in comics. I would come
One
up
of my
with like a fistful of Image books.
One of my first books was X-Force #4. So yeah, like in fact, I remember drawing Domino out of that. When I was a horny 14-year-old, I was like, yeah, definitely. That was a great book.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've we've gone up to we've climbed the cliff. We've climbed the cliff of this topic. I think we're done with that topic. And
Climb the cliff. I like it.
Climb the cliff. So Aaron, I've been on your show. I had a great time. It was a lot of laughs. And in fact, I want to thank you because it was like the 7th week of the Jupiter campaign, and I was like, I was getting exhausted, and I came on with you and your panel. We had a great time, lots of laughs. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thanks for coming on. We gotta have you come back because I changed my format. So you got to come back on, and we'll have more laughs.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm working on Jupiter too. So you're on tonight, and I backed Immortal Rising, and I read it when I had tunnel vision when I read it, so I got to reread it. And you said you're revamping issue 1, so I think I'm definitely gonna have to
We're revamping issue 2.
Okay, issue 2.
Yeah, because so originally I had issue 1 done by a different artist. Then I met Jose. And I had him do the Knights of Locutus as an addition to the original #1. Well, me and Jose hit it off. I liked his art style more than the other guy who did it. So I was like, hey, will you do issue 2? Well, I lost track of the first guy. I like Jose's work better. I was like, will you just redo #1 for me so we have continuity of art and all that stuff? And so, yeah, so he did issue 1. Basically using the other guy's stuff as like a storyboard to follow, and then he used his style and all that. But issue 2 had been done, and it was kind of like, it's a little bit older. He said he wanted to revisit it because it was older style for him, and he had gotten better, so he wanted to just redo all the art basically, and bring up the standard to his current ability. So, and then I'm like looking at it myself, and I'm like, well, there's some stuff I could just cut right out of it to clean it up too, from the writing perspective. So yeah, we're going back to it, and I'm going to completely re-edit it. So
and for those who haven't seen Jose's artwork, it's like a Dan Mora. It's like a mix of Dan Mora and manga. It's just beautiful. And there's great fluidity. There's great dynamism. There's like every drawing he does, every panel, there's like layers. It's just a wonderful rich artist.
There's a lot going on. Yeah,
a lot going on. And
the way I like to think of it is kind of like and not to throw legends around, but for me, he's kind of like almost like an anime Kirby, like the kind of stuff that he can do and what he can put in like just a panel or a page is like you were saying, it's like layered on layered, and his compositions are very well done. I mean, all of the bloody fingers he got from working in animation, it comes out in those books. So yeah, for sure. I love writing a story and seeing his vision of it. It's so fun.
Because there's warriors and there's gods and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so we've done multiple stories together. Like we did issue 1. We had I have like a side for Immortal Rising called Immortal Rising Tales. That was Immortal Rising Tales #1 was in Anvil magazine #2. It was like a 10-page little short story in there, just self-contained thing. And we also we were in Out of Obscurity from Luke Stone and Arrow Comics. We had I think it was an 8-page story in there that was black and white, had nothing to do with Immortal Rising. And there we go. And it was like a techno dystopian future, basically, the last humans trying to survive kind of thing. Really cool, really nice. And it has like an older, like suspenseful horror feel to it. So yeah, it's really cool. And then of course we've got all the fantasy stuff with Immortal Rising. So, and I'll tell you, so part of it is Knights of the Locutus, where it's like a 10-page mini comic, I guess, where you follow like the gods along the storyline, and he's like, he loves doing that so much. So I want to like really push because his ability is he can do so much abstract and it still makes sense. So I really think that with the God story, I can really kind of push him, like, okay, Jose, see how good you are, and just see what kind of greatness we can get out of it,
So everyone here, rather than sometimes the seeing is better than explaining, and let's roll that trailer and have a look at that artwork first.
Roll that.
Nice.
Good stuff. Every time I see his stuff, it like makes me want to go do my own. Like it makes you want to be creative, makes you want to do your own art. So it's just
for sure. I just want to I know he doesn't follow me or anything like that, but that music is I want to shout out White Bat Studio or Audio, something like that. White Bat on YouTube. Great resource for creators. And
I'm going to take credit for that. I was one of the first ones in Comicsgate start throwing that name around, and I'm so grateful that everyone's using his content. Yes, White Bat Audio on YouTube. Yeah. It's copyright-free music. If you go to both my trailers or all 3 of my trailers, they're all White Bat Audio, 100%.
Yep. That's I use them for my for the my outro on my show too. So I really enjoy his stuff. And it was funny is I was listening to him before somebody said, "Oh, just YouTube, no copyright, no royalty music," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, he's in my history, so I was like, "That's so great! Why didn't I know this or think of that?" So yeah, and I want to just throw out there, so that obviously that trailer was made by me. I'm gonna have a much more professional one done by Animane. We're in talks right now, and I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's kind of making trailers, and I think he's trying to build a name, and it'll be really fun. He's really good at it, and he kind of does like those he'll they'll take a comic book page and animate it slightly so that, you know, it kind of has slight movement to it and stuff like that. So with some of those dynamic panels where you see like the gods, you know, chopping through the demons or whatever, that in motion will be cool. I hope that I see that. So
everyone loves animation. Yes, it's where Trevor's are at for sure.
Yeah.
So what I've done here for you, Aaron, is I brought your campaign up. This is your time. So if you can sort of navigate me to parts of your campaign you'd like to talk about, the floor is yours.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you want to scroll down, I can kind of introduce. So Immortal Rising is 2 stories in one book. And so you have the main story is these 5 strangers who are, you know, they're mortals. They're basically like, if you've ever played a role-playing game, they're like first level characters. And here what we're looking at, that if you buy it off of Fun My Comic, the physical version, you get all the stretch goals. So that's like 8 chibi stickers, a magnet, and that ad card. So plus of course the physical book. Yeah. So we hit the stretch goal and all that, and I was like, let's make it rain. Let's give everybody chibis and stuff. So good time with that. But so the 2 stories, the main one is the 5, and it's cool. I heard from Jared. He's got a show. I can't remember. It's like the League of something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he did a review of it. Really gracious for that. So if anybody out there wants to do reviews, I think that is asked for in the indie scene. Anyways, that's a side note. But so he did a review of the book, and he was like, you know, the main story is very teen, you know, like Justice League-y kind of stuff, where you have these 5 different personalities, and basically they're forced to be together outside of their own will, right? Like they are forced to be together through circumstances. They are thrust into a war that they were not aware of, completely surprised. And they got to, you know, learn to survive together in a strange land full of monsters. So, which is pretty cool. You know, it's like man versus nature, or man versus an environment kind of story. But at the same time, our main character, if you scroll down a little bit more.
Yeah, I was just going to add. So the book itself is 44 pages. Is that what I'm reading here?
That's the all the sequential pages, but I also have maps, and I also have character design pages. So it's not just that, you know, and then I also the covers and all that stuff. So I think it comes out like it's like 50. It's perfect bound, and I wish I had been prepared. I meant to, because at the last minute I was like, oh, I gotta go. But my physical book, I wanted to show it off because it's really pretty. So here are the main characters of the Justice League, the team. The one that we see things through mostly is Drake Hardy. There, he's like he's quick draw, hot tempered a little bit, very inexperienced, you know, young, or say late teens, early 20s for a human, right? But he's talented with the bow, right? He's in the military. Just got recruited as a ranger. Got done with basically getting his his certificate or whatever. His quals, right? And we meet him and Lorelei. We meet them because they train together in the same unit. We meet them at the end of their training, and they're getting hey, okay, here's the last task. We need you to take these the top 4 students needed to escort the 2 twin princes of the kingdom on this, it's a hunt for this seasonal festival and all this stuff, just to kind of like keep the military and the royalty looking good in front of the people, kind of stuff.
The escort, yes.
The escort mission, exactly. So they go out there, and things beyond their control start happening out in the cosmos, where the gods are moving around, and evil takes hold somewhere, starts moving, and they are mysteriously isekai teleported to another planet, where they're like, holy shit, what's going on? And that's where they meet the guy in the middle. If you go up a little bit, Muhammad, he is a cleric of a vampire killer cult who fights against the the remaining forces, like Dracula's lords. Basically, Dracula was destroyed by Muhammad's god not long ago, right? And what's left is the lords of Dracula basically rule the land, right? And they have it all divided up in their different provinces. And so this team is like left abandoned in this foreign land full of vampires and werewolves and other creatures, as we'll find out in the story. And this, because the planet they were taken to, it'd be like, if you know Ravenloft, right? Or like a gothic setting, kind of, like I said, ruled by Dracula. Well, this outside force introduces things like ogres and goblins and all the fantasy kind of creatures all show up all at once.
For sure. Like, yeah.
Oh, is that right?
It sounds like your comic book takes place in Philadelphia.
yes, it does. No, if you scroll down, you can see some different. See if it'll load. Yeah. So here is the Empress of the Evil Empire, and actually, so when I do my second campaign, I had Corey Barton do a cheesecake cover with her on the cover. So it came out gorgeous. I had a huge response for it on Twitter. On my post, I got like 2,000 views or whatever. And Corey tweeted it out, got over 6,000. So it's really good response. Everybody seemed to like it and whatnot.
Is that book still available with the campaign?
All right. So the cover, the Corey Barton cover, will be available with campaign number 2 when I have issue 2 ready. I'm going to also issue a variant cover of issue 1. So anybody who got issue 1 originally but want a Corey Barton cover, it will be available. That kind of thing. So
cool.
You go down a little bit more, and you can see here. Yeah, here's some examples of Jose's composition and sequentials. I mean, it speaks for itself on this page. We kind of work together on some stuff. I'll be like, hey, can we move this bubble there? Can we do that? And not to take too much credit at all, but and it flows, it really flows well. There's another page that if you scroll down a little bit more, I think it's the next one. Yeah. Oh, it's getting penetrated on all sides. Anyways, hey. Sorry. And as you can see, like the color contrast, go down just a little bit at the bottom of that page. Look at those airships. Look at that.
Cool.
I mean, that's gorgeous, and he'll just whip that out in like a day or something crazy. I don't know. He mystifies me. So really go down. Pencils. Yeah. Go down a little bit more. This is one of my favorite panels. Just that shot. I'm like, that says a lot. That says a lot, it's to say it speaks to my soul. How about that? Just kind of staring out at a moon,
I was getting lost. So right from the beginning, from page 1, you already had me like tripping out, and I was kind of getting lost. And I was like, are the interior pages like that? So bite your tongue, shut up, don't ask that question. But clearly, the interior pages are exactly like the cover. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
tricky. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's dope. That's
I go down a little bit more.
I love landscape like panels. They're always my favorite page in the book that I'm working on is like a landscape shot, and I'm like, oh man, it just looks so cool because you can put all kinds of really neat details in panels like that.
That's beautiful.
And with his style, like his ability, he gets so. I mean, you can see the detail is insane. You can just take a while and kind of really look over what he has going on there. So this is the intro for the Muhammad character. We meet him. He's a first level cleric. So he's like, we get to see him during his like initiation ritual of becoming a cleric, which is really neat. I had fun kind of writing it. It really just kind of flowed out where it's like this just religious scene. And I think that you really get to see what his church is about just in his initiation. Like it says a lot, So
cool.
Kind of scroll down some more. This is the intro scene for the 2 princes. Of course, they have to be, although they're twins, they're very opposite. The one that was born first had been pampered. That's the one we see looking in the mirror. He's very vain. we kind of don't like him. Like he is clearly what does they say?
Elitist, sort of.
Yeah, he's elitist, privileged. Yeah, he's got white privilege for sure. And then, well, he at least has firstborn privilege. And then the one with the covered face is his brother, who's second born, who kind of has been in the shadow of his brother. And
he's going to write a book. He's going to write a book called Spare. Right?
Yeah, the backup. Who's the backup child? Anyways, yeah, and I like the play between these two. It's really fun because he has resentment. Like Hero is his name with the covered face. He has a lot of resentment kind of pent up, and we kind of see that play out in the book a little bit. This is the cover to Knights of Locutus. So the first story was like 34 pages, and then this one's like 10 or something like that. So and this is the story that we follow the gods with. And in this story, we follow they're not actual brothers, but they have basically been together for so long that they consider themselves brothers. One is a god of battle, and the other is a god of magic, conveniently. So you have both might and magic working together, and we see them in this little quick intro. We see them in hell, and they are going they're venturing through hell to find a baron of hell that not surprisingly betrayed them at a battle that they reference or whatever, and so they're there to get retribution. And well, I don't want to spoil it, but you get to see them take on a Baron of Hell.
These are my kind of people, by the way. I'm always attracted to the dark side. I root for villains only in science fiction, not in real life.
Yeah, he loves Klaus Schwab. No, I'm just kidding. This is one of my favorite images out of everything that we've done. If you scroll down a little bit more, this is the god of battle, Listo. And that I just love that. I'm like, people are like, that's got to be a shirt,
So I remember when you put this out, like the first time, and I was like, whoa, there's a lot going on there, man.
There's a lot going on.
Wild.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Which is funny. I just noticed. So in the physical book, the background between the the lines on the page and all that, it's not white. That's the old version. The new one, he blacked it all. So
nice. Yeah, I gotta pull the campaign down for a sec. You guys just talking.
That's fine. So I don't. I've had so much fun working with Jose and kind of exploring all this stuff and seeing where it's gonna go. Especially now that it's gone out. I've successfully funded, and I've got everything out to all the backers and everything. And now I'm listening to the feedback. Is like, okay, well, what part do you guys like? And I'll give you more of it. And I'm getting a lot of really good feedback on the God story. So I want to kind of play more with some of the more power kind of stuff. So I may be, doing a little bit more on the side. I've been thinking about. I wrote it, and I'm considering maybe doing a crowdfund for the story that explains when Muhammad's deity killed Dracula and became deified, right? I want to tell that story because, first of all, it's got Dracula in it, and two, it's just power. It's just a battle. It's I think 18 pages. So, and I really want to put that in one of the Anvil magazines next year. So I don't know. I'm kicking it around, but I think I'm going to have to crowdfund it. So, because it's I can't just throw money around.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this right now. Is there only one tier on this campaign? Sorry, I should have checked this out.
Yes. So on the original on Indiegogo, I had cards and posters and stuff like that. And when I went to fund my comic, I did away with all the side extras and just the main book plus the stretch goal stuff. So no extra cards or anything. I think I'm going to save that for when I purposely do the crowdfunding campaigns and I'm out there, hitting whatever, because I had some ordered on the side. I have maybe 10% order like the extra cards, but really I got some of the best response from selling it all together. It was like, well, here's the full bundle with all the cards, all the posters, all the bells and whistles, and
nice.
that sold pretty well for $100. So I may
it's-
revisit something like that moving forward.
So there's 34 left of 100. So if those 34 sell, that'll get you over this, I guess. Like it's all
Yes, that'll be it
I
for
get
this printing. I do have more that I was going to sell at like conventions, but I'm considering. Well, like I was saying earlier, I was talking with a buddy of mine, and we were kicking around marketing ideas and how to move forward to make it more accessible to people, because the price point is not good for everybody. So I really want to bring it down and maybe make my crowdfunding stuff more boutique-ish. So where if you get a taste of it, in this other form, here's the big boy, where you get, you can also buy the cards and the posters and all that other stuff, so that I don't overextend myself, since I'm a nobody, so just kind of pace myself, and not try to bite off more than I can chew, especially for my customer base, which is slowly growing, thankfully.
So just making sure I ain't whatchamacallit there, doxing myself. It ships worldwide for $10, by the way, if anyone's wondering. That's really
so Aaron, on the last campaign, I backed at the digital tier. So on your next campaign, will I be able to pick up a physical copy of issue 2?
Yes, definitely. Yes. So it will be, and also, so on top of offering issue 1 again with a variant cover by Corey Barton, I have a variant cover. I have a Jose Garcia did a cover for issue 2, and I also had Jimmy Reyes do a variant cover for me. So for issue 1, we'll have 2 covers, regular and variant, and issue 2 will have regular and variant. So because I still, some people, they like the variant, so I thought it would be cool to offer that out. And I love their art. I was like, man, I want to see these guys do some Immortal Rising stuff. So that's exactly what I got as soon as I could.
Dude, Craig, can you
ready to do the refresh on this bad boy? Like,
yeah, do that live refresh. We like doing those live refreshes.
Oh, there we go. Wow, thank you. Appreciate it.
Dude, guys, get in there. You. Look, you've looked through the campaign. You know you want it.
Friday nights approved. Friday nights approved.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, and I mean the book is pretty. It's like 80-pound gloss. It's perfect bound. Yeah, it's a really pretty book. So, plus you get the 8 chibis, you get the magnet. Everybody likes the magnets right now. So I did a logo or a magnet of the logo, as well as the ad card, because a friend of mine, Chris Fisk from Infinitel Comic, who you guys should definitely talk to as well, he did that ad card for me. So he did the ad, and I was like, I want to put that on a card, one for going to conventions and stuff, kind of pass it out, and also to like leave in stores and whatever. But then like after I had it, I was like, why not put this, on a card to give to the customers, just because, it's like, it's so cool and fun. I thought it would be nice for, it's like, hey, you guys help make this happen. Check out this cool art as well, so it's just a little added treat. But yeah, all of that will be included if you buy the physical.
Nice.
So is there anything else you want from this campaign before I pull it off the screen? Or?
No, I think we're good. I think we covered everything. It's a great, it's a very good combination of a team book, low level, inexperience. It's a story of loss of innocence, kind of coming of age, strangers having to overcome diversity or whatever you want to call it, and really learn how to work together is the overall story, and become a team and realize that they have to depend on each other. It's not just every man out for themselves kind of thing. So
Aaron, I think you just gave me the best Freudian slip of 2023. These heroes have to overcome diversity. I love it.
Clip it.
I'm sure you meant adversity, but still.
It works.
Yeah, clip it. We're using it.
Next thing you know, all his characters are Irish.
Just peaceful
So-
protests in Dublin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Go check out Immortal Rising. I got the PDF of issue 2. I loved it. I just backed the physical of issue 1. So get on this train. Check it out.
Wait. No. So
Yeah.
campaign 2 is not up yet. So
Okay.
that is not the PDF of issue 2. Issue 2 will be in campaign number 2, which should be
Okay.
next year. So,
All right. So
yes.
okay. So I just got the physical copy of the first
Issue 1. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, that's what I wanted. And then I
That's
will
what
be
you meant.
there. I'll be there day 1 for issue 2, or I'll be there the
For
second day on issue 1. Anyway, I'm all confused. Too much pie.
Ooh.
Oh,
Do we want to touch on the comments in the chat before the guy
Yeah.
wrap it up? So it's ominous.
Yeah, the
this
chat-
signal, right?
The
Let's
chat's
go.
getting
Let's
more
go.
and more life of their own, you know?
I
Yeah.
love it. So I think Hojo is busy eating pie. Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, Justin's looking for pop figures.
Did I robot or did you all robot?
You did.
I did. Okay. All right.
You did.
My kid's playing Xbox. I'll have to go down there and kick him off.
You glad to be home
Get
after
outta
that long away mission you were on? Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
grab him, shake him, and yell bandwidth.
Okay, Craig, I understand you have a new outro for us.
I do, absolutely. So to wrap it all up again, Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. I'm looking
Thanks
forward
for
to
having me.
receiving my copy of Immortal Rising. That's beautiful artwork.
Nice.
You want to give a shout out again to your artist, just for everyone in here?
Oh, Jose Garcia, the man
Yes,
with the
for
plan.
Yes.
Thankfully, he seems to be happy working with me. I really enjoy being, working with him. We work well together, and so he likes the project. He's down with it, and
Yeah.
it looks like
Beautiful
we'll
work.
just be doing this together for until either it burns out or whatever. Hopefully for the next 20 years would be great. So please go and back it, because he's got a new baby, and babies need they need food, they need diapers and
For
clothes.
about 18 to 20 years.
So all whatever you give me is gonna basically
Food, diaper, and clothes.
So
And you don't have to go to the Inconvenience store to pick up Immortal Rising. Just go to Find My
No.
Comic.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's all on the internet. You don't have to
One-stop
climb
shop.
300
It's a
feet.
very convenience. Fund my convenience.
So
Yeah.
thank you again to everyone for joining us this evening. Thank you to all the regulars who tuned in. Thank you to all the new people who arrived, as well as a new subscriber. As you know, you can check out the Friday nights. We're here every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. As far as I know, I mean, unless Chris or Jason can clarify with me, we're not planning on stopping. We are here
Nope.
every Friday night.
Nope.
You tune in, and we'll have
And
some
if-
fun
See my
together.
titties.
And if they try to stop us, we'll go to Rumble.
There you
That's
go.
right. And you can rumble my
whoa,
titties.
hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it.
So, all right, everyone, have a great weekend, and thank you.
Fuck these hoes. I'm going green goblin. I'm the real stepper, real Margiela, that relaxing tip money. Real Margiela, I just extended money. Cocaine. I just extended the cocaine. I'm the realest. I'm the realest ever. The boa constrictor, prohibition money. Going green goblin mode. I'm going green goblin mode. Going green goblin mode. I'm going green goblin mode. Fuck these hoes. Fuck these hoes. She let me bust on her face. Freaky girl, giving it nuts all
goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, succubus with goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. Dump it. Charging into a goblin's nest, some goblin vomit and slop and blood on it, especially up to his ankles. Trump charging into a goblin's nest, some goblin vomit and slop. Goblin vomit and slop. I'm not expecting him to not get dirty slop. Kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, succubus with goblins, in bed with a goblin. Kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins. I just want to catch him in bed with a goblin, in bed with a goblin, in bed with a goblin, in bed with a goblin. I just want to catch him in bed with a goblin, bed with a goblin, bed with a goblin, bed with a goblin.